Welcome to the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. Yes. Come on in and get in where you fit in because I got a great show here for you tonight. If you don't know, you better tell somebody that do know because we got a great show. So come on in, tell a friend to come on in and win because tonight I've got a financial expert that's here tonight to help you help yourself ignite and take flight. And I'm going to share a quick picture with you of my friend that I have here tonight, okay? And write this name down. Go ahead. There you go. Write that name down. And the reason why I want you to write that name down is because not only is he unforgettable, you don't want to forget Bernardo Garcia. Now, normally I hold off telling you who's coming on, but I'm telling you now, get your friends, get on in because tonight you are going to win, but also don't just tell your friends, tell your frenemies too, because they need to know what to do to be successful just like you. And who wants to be at the top alone? Nobody do. So come on in, and it's time for you to win. So I invite you to go ahead, get your pen, get your paper, get your pads, and come on in because tonight Bernardo Garcia is going to be dropping some gems for you to use and to live by. So get ready because we're about to set the night on fire. Welcome to the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. Hey, I love it. And I know if I love it and you like it and you love it and I like it, I know it's going to be all right. So come on in. Tell a friend that you're coming in. Also be prepared to take notes. Hey there, I see Live with Larry. It is always great to see you. He is the CEO and the host of Live with Larry. And Ida and some PC. It is so good to see you. I actually shared a bit about her company, Jimsky. It is a revolutionary company that's about to launch. It is better than Zoom. I said before it's the new Zoom, but honey, it is better than Zoom. And if you don't know, you don't have to ask nobody because I'm telling you right now. All right. So see that name right there? That's a name you need to know because her new company is coming on the scene. So Ida, please put the name of your company in the comment because we want people to know the name and you know what? I'm going to do it myself as well. How about that? I'm going to do it myself because I want you to see it like right now because I know that she's joining us from the Netherlands and I don't know what time it is over there, but I can only imagine that it's late. And so I've just put the name of her company in. It is the new, better, improved, better than Zoom. So make sure you check out that company. I want to say hello to Angela Elting all the way in Washington, D.C. Of course, the phenomenal Rosemary Sanchez all the way in Canada. We've got so many people chiming in from all over the world, and I want to say a special thank you. But most importantly, I want to get my guest on the show because I'm telling you, when he comes on the show, if you don't have your pen, if you don't have your pad, you are setting yourself up for failure. So I encourage you, get your pen and get your pad because, honey, note takers are money makers. That's what I said. Note takers are money makers. So, with no further ado, I want you to help me welcome my guest. He is a fantastic, phenomenal financial expert. He's a motivational speaker. He's an author, and he is the CEO of B&B Insurance LLC. And tonight, he is going to share some empowering stories with us. He's going to tell us how he made it to where he is today. But one thing I know is that he got where he is today. But guess what? It did not come without struggle. He's going to tell you about his struggle, how we got through his struggle, and how you too can come through your struggle. But also, in these trying times of COVID, so many people have lost their jobs and don't know what they're going to do. Well, he's going to share with you how to make money too, right here in the midst of COVID. Hey there, Bernardo. Welcome to the show. So happy to have you.
I'm so happy for the invite, Lotus, and I'm very happy to be with everyone that is connecting. And I'm super excited to share everything that we've been speaking about. And well, I'm ready for it.
All right, fantastic. So, folks, this is Mr. Bernardo Garcia. So come on in, come on in. Tonight, you're here coming in and you're here to win. So make sure you tell a friend, come on in. And don't forget, share, like, and start a watch party. I'm going to say it again. Start a watch party, like, and share. That's right. Share, like, and start a watch party. Okay. Because this information is going to help you help yourself and help someone ignite and take flight in their lives. So, Bernardo, again, it's so wonderful to see you. We've shared some great stories, and we've shared some wonderful triumphs. We've shared some losses, and we've shared how we've helped people overcome. So if you would, please tell people a little bit about you. I've shared with them who you are and somewhat of what you do.
Okay.
But can you tell them the who is you?
Okay. Well, my name is Bernardo Garcia. I'm originally from Mexico, from Monterrey, Nuevo León. And I migrated to the state of Texas when I was 9 years old. I come from a family of 10 children in the family. And my father passed away when I was 11 years old. And we were a migrant family. We used to migrate to Washington, to the state of Washington. We would migrate to Oregon. And obviously, during all these times, besides working in the fields, in the farms, I was in school. I was in high school. And I was also a dishwasher, bartender, waiter, stock in a grocery store, and I used to be a maintenance cleaning homes as well. And but I had a purpose in my life, and I wanted to make a change in my life. And I think the biggest change, Lotus, came when I had a very bad experience that I spoke to you about when my mom fell in Washington while we were doing the harvest of the cucumbers. And at that time, I was 16 years old. And that's when I decided that I didn't want it to continue just being another migrant coming from Mexico, but I wanted to make a change in my life, to change and become someone, but not only just for me, but for my family and for other people. And that's how I started. And then as time passed by, I went to college. I don't want to make it too long because I know the timing. It's because otherwise we could spend too many hours. And
Bernardo,
yes.
I have celebrities on my stage, and tonight you are the celebrity. So tell them. It don't matter. Tell them.
It doesn't matter. Okay, we got.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, as I was back and forth migrating, we would go to the state of Washington. We were and then come back to Texas. And for me, it was very difficult because honestly, I had to drop out school at on February. And so when I migrated to Washington, Oregon, I had to go over there and make up for the classes during the high school period, so I wouldn't miss out. And we would go as we continue migrating. Well, I kind of skipped up my dad's.
Yes, go back to that because
Yeah.
I got to tell you, um, many people have their parents with them, and sometimes we don't take, we don't love our parents the way we should, and we take
I
them
agree.
for granted. And sometimes we really don't value what we have.
Correct.
And I tell you, Bernardo shared this story with me, guys, and it just brought me to tears. So yeah, would you please tell about your dad?
Yes. As I said, when I migrated, I was 9 years old, and when my father passed away in a car accident here in Texas, I was 11 years old. We took him to Mexico because that's my mom wanted to bury him in Mexico. Uh, the process that we were able to get our resident card to be legalized here in the United States was because my father's employer signed for us and helped us get the residents to become legal residents here in the United States. The sad part comes when we come back from Mexico after burying my father. Uh, the man that had done so much for us, the man that had given us the resident cards, the man that brought my dad, that had given him a job for the past 2 years, uh, knocks in the door, which was not actually our home. It was a home that he was providing for us because we would live in a farm. He comes in and tells me I was the only one that knew how to speak English at that time. And then he comes in and tells me, you know what? I need for you to tell your mother that I have a week to get out of the house. Since your father passed away already, I'm gonna be having another farmer come in, and I need the house.
Mhm.
I need to leave the house. So that was in reality, that was when Bernardo actually for the first time uh, had to change from a teenager to an adult, because not only did for me it was very difficult, Lotus, because I had to interpret
Yes.
it to my mom. I had to tell, because my mom kept on asking me in Spanish, what is he saying? What is he saying? And it was very, very difficult because at that point, I didn't even have the words like to tell my mom, hey, we only have a week to get out. And in reality, we didn't have the money. We didn't have a place to go to. So that's when all this black story starts, and that's when I had to actually realize that we had a very difficult situation. And then my when I told my mother, she goes, "What are we gonna do, Bernardo?" And I said, "Well, Mom, I think you need to speak to my brothers, because I'm the number 9 in the family, so I'm not the oldest one. I'm second to the youngest one." And she goes, "You have to come up with a solution." My mom in a certain way deposited a responsibility on me, being 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old as time passed. But she saw me more like the adult one, and she saw me like the decision maker. So after that, I started making the decisions for the family. Ever since when we started seeing that things were not going well, that's when we started. I said, well, we need to look for options, and the options were to start migrating to work in the fields. And we did it, and I don't regret any minute of it, because I learned a lot from it. But meanwhile, I never stopped with my purpose and my goal in life, that I wanted to educate myself and I wanted to prepare myself, because I didn't want it to continue being another person coming from Mexico, migrating from Mexico, and just depending on welfare. And that was not my vision, and that is not what I wanted for me. During the time my father passes away, we start migrating. I continue high school. I finished high school. I went to college. I finished college. I started working for the government as a social worker. And then I have an offer to work as a manager for an insurance company. I worked for that man for 5 years. He had 2 locations. When he let me go, I left him with 21 locations. At the time that he let me go, obviously, it was very difficult for me to understand at that time. Now I understand why he did it. and it's nothing that I did any fraud. I didn't do any fraud or anything like that. It was because there was a conflict between his wife and him, and the wife being 40% owner, and I think I would, and I, my belief, my understanding at that time was that if she needed information, it was my responsibility to give it to her. Since there was something going on uh, in their personal life,
Yes.
and he had an issue
Mm-hmm.
in his personal life,
Mm-hmm.
and that led for him to let me go.
Right. So
But
hold on one second, and I'm sorry to interrupt you,
no.
but this is what I know, folks. Bernardo worked for this guy for years. It turned out to be his dream job. At first, he didn't want to take the job, right? Because your wife said, no, don't take it because you don't know nothing about the insurance business.
Correct.
You know, we got to eat. We have children. We got to eat. But you told him, my wife told me no, thank you. What did he do when you told him that?
When I told him no, he told because it was more like it was funny because the day he goes to make me the offer, because I was still working for the government as a
Yes.
social worker. He goes in and tells me, and I told him, Bernardo, I don't like any of the 30, because I had sent a little bit more than 30 people for the position that he needed. And
Yes.
and he goes, well, from the 30 people that you sent, I don't like none of them. And I told him, well, they're pretty well qualified. They have their degrees, they have the experience. And I told him, well, what actually are you looking for? And he goes, I'm looking for someone like you. And then I told him, well, no, because I'm fine here. I have my health insurance. I have my retirement plan. I have two children. At that time, I only had two. And obviously, I was stable. And I felt that it was not the time for me to move. I speak to my wife. My wife says that it was a definite no. She goes, we cannot take the risk. And he goes, how much money are you making? And that day, I had just gotten paid. So I showed him my check. The following day, he comes back with a letter, with an offer, paying me 3 times the amount I was making. I see the offer in writing, and I told him, "Well, there's something missing here that it doesn't convinces me, because here I have my health insurance, here I have a retirement plan, and mainly the health insurance, that it was my main concern because of my children." And he goes, "Well, I'll let it on. I'll pay you the health insurance. I'll get your retirement plan, and I'll keep that. Plus, I'll give you 2 years guaranteed. If for any, because I told them, what happens if I don't make it? I don't have knowledge in insurance. I don't have nothing at all. My background was not in insurance." And he goes, well, I'll protect you. If for any reason I let you go, I will pay you for 2 years, your salary. So to make a long story short, I decided to go for it, and I did. And thank God I caught on very well. And he gave me a lot of responsibilities, because I would do from payroll, accounts payable, paying all the bills, hiring, opening new locations, training, hiring managers, hiring salespeople. And the company grew so big that we ended up with 21 locations. Yeah, we even had to buy our own, well, his own private plane, and which was I mainly used it more mainly because I had to be going back and forth, and things were going very, very well for him and very well for me as well. But unfortunately, in his personal life, he started having, should I say it? Yes. Okay. He started having an affair with someone, and he brings in that lady into the company, and obviously that really, that was the breakthrough that created a conflict in my behalf, because uh, the wife came and asked for financial statements of the company, and I knew that she was owner, but I didn't know the percentage that she was owner.
Mhm.
So I gave them to her, and that created a conflict between them in their personal life. And he told me, he called me and told me that He wanted for me to get all the menus ready for the company, how I was managing it. I knew that the day he asked for those menus, that he wanted for me to be very specific. I knew he was going to let me go. So the day that on September 3rd, 1994, he calls me. It was a Saturday. It actually on a Saturday. It was a Friday when he calls me to meet with me on a Saturday, which was on the 3rd of September. And that day, I had told him, well, I'm not feeling well. I have the flu. I have 100 and some degrees of fever. And he told me, well, Bernardo, as long as it's not going to take me 30, 45 minutes with you. I just need to meet with you. And by the way, please get the supplies room ready at least for 6 months. I want you to buy a lot of supplies so we have plenty for all the locations. And I said, well, okay. So I did it, all that on Friday. And then on Saturday, I show up. And that's when he told me that I was not capable to continue managing his business anymore. And at the time, Lotus, at that time, I felt very with a negative feelings. I'm gonna towards him because my times to go into work was from 9 to 6. I was there at 6 in the morning. I would leave that office at 11 or 10, 11, or even 12 at midnight because I was so devoted and dedicated to him, to the company, because in reality, he was paying me very well. And I'm not going to say.
Let me ask you something. That day he tried to get you on with the company. He gave you an envelope, and the envelope had 3 times as much as you were making.
That's right.
So, because I want people to really understand, because I know the deepness of his story, and he's trying to make it quick for the broadcast, but tell it all. And the reason I say that is because so many of us has lost our jobs sometimes because, people have problems within their own companies, and we try to help, and sometimes it backfire in our face. And sometimes we are so fearful because we try to help, but when it backfires in our face, we wonder what is going to happen to us, especially because sometimes we never seen certain amounts of money. Sometimes we don't know, what our worth is. And so because we don't know what our worth is, and we don't understand that we're worth more than what we dream, we're really scared, especially when people get ready to tell us that bad thing that they often tell us. So he was coming to your house. You were sick. You had a temperature. You knew you had made a boo-boo because of the wife. Okay. So this is the question I have for you.
Okay. What's your question?
Was there some fear about
a lot of fear? Okay. A lot of fear. I went through a lot of fear. And I'm going to be very honest with you, Lotus. That day when he let me go, I didn't even, I hesitated so much to go to speak to my wife. Like to tell her, you know what?
I'm fired.
I'm fired.
Yes.
Because we had just bought our home.
Yes.
We had bought new vehicles for her and new vehicles for me.
Yes.
We had 2 children. And when I met with my wife and she told me what happened, what's going on, I said I got fired, and she goes, what are we gonna do? Like, good question. What are we gonna do? So that day we both of us sat down, and the first thing that came out to our mind, because we said, okay, we need to cut expenses immediately. We need to cut expenses. Both of us had brand new vehicles. The following day, we went to the dealership, and the manager knew me very well, and I told him, Manny, I lost my job, and I cannot afford these 2 vehicles anymore. I need to trade this. I need to change these 2 vehicles, turn them in, and I want you to help me getting into a lower pay vehicle, and I'm only keeping 1. I can only afford 1. So we downgraded immediately.
So you downgraded. But
Yes,
this is what I like that I heard you say. I was afraid.
I
He
was.
did fire me. He fired me. He fired me. That joker fired me. And I had to go home and tell my wife. Were you more afraid that he had fired you, or were you more afraid to go home and tell your wife that you was fired because she told you not to take the job?
Well, I think it was a combination. It was a combination. I was afraid because she knew from, and then I'll tell you why I was in a way, because she kept telling me, you're always dedicating too much time. You're getting here at 11 at night. You're
Yeah.
not spending time with your children. And one day he's not going to value you. He,
So let me ask this, and I hate to interrupt you, but I have to
no,
just
no,
for
no.
a moment, because many of you viewers are out there. You've been where Bernardo is. I've been where he was, because he's not there no more, and he's gonna tell you where he's at now, which is a far cry from where he was. But many of us have lost our jobs because of companies downsizing, or because of internal issues within the company, or sometimes for our own, because we've messed up, and we didn't make up to the standards, or what have you. But if you identify with what Bernardo is saying, put a 2 in the comment below. If you've been in a situation, you lost your job, you were scared to go home and tell your wife, your husband, your significant other that you lost your job. Heck, maybe you was even scared to stand in the mirror and tell yourself that you had lost your job. But if you identify with what he's saying, please put a number 2 in the comments below, because guess what? He's not just talking to the choir. I see Nikki Hammer there. Hey, Nikki, good to see you. Good to see you all the way from Chi-Town. We have so many folks streaming in. But one thing I know is that you guys know that this happens to everyday people. But not only does it happen to everyday people, we can rise above it. So you had to go home. You had to tell your wife, baby, I lost my job. And not only did I lose my job, baby, now we got to sell the vehicles because we've got to offload. We've got to offload. So when you started telling her you had to offload, you were doing 2 things when you went to the car dealership. You were honest and you had transparency.
Yes.
So tell us some more about this transparency, and what did you do?
When I speak to Manny, that's the manager there in the dealership, I told him there's no way that we can afford these vehicles anymore. And if I try to keep them, it's like taking the food away from my children. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to risk that. I'm going to keep one vehicle, and I know I'm going to come back, and I will come back, and I'm going to buy a brand new vehicle again for me and one for my wife.
Yes.
But I'm going to work hard on it. So we did the process, and then at home, me and my wife said, okay, we have cable. We need to shut off the cable. Back then we had we had those cell phones that used to be like a break, the break
Yes.
time, the big
I
one.
used to have one of those.
Well, we had them too, and we had the beepers. I don't know if you remember the
I used to
beepers.
have one of those. We are dating ourselves right here, Bernardo. But I used to have one of those beepers when I worked for Kodak.
Yes, me too. Well, I told my wife, okay, we cut off the phones, the break block phones. We stay with the beepers.
Yep.
We keep the house phone, and we started reducing, reducing. Uh, the weekends we would go out with the children, Burger King, Whataburger,
Yes.
whatever, McDonald's. I said, no more McDonald's, no more Burger King.
No, you can't get cheese on that burger.
No, you can't. So on the weekends, my oldest daughter, she would say, Burger King, Burger King. I said, okay. And I started doing the patties at home,
Yes.
and I would do her.
Did
And
they
I
have
told her,
the big onions coming out of them?
and you know what? No, you're gonna start laughing. You know what I would do? I would go to the store and buy little toys, like small little toys.
Yes.
And every time I would give her the burger, I would put like a little toy, and I said, "It's from Burger King." But in order for her not to really feel the difference, and said, "But we're not going. There's no games. We're not going." He said, "Don't worry. We're gonna go outside the house. We're gonna do a picnic." And
Right.
so we worked around it. We
You were
worked around.
making it work with what you had. And that's the
Exactly.
key, folks. Even in the mid of COVID, you have to work with what you
What you
have.
have. Yes, definitely. At that point, I started because I started. I told my wife told me, "Okay, you're gonna look for another job." I said, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna start my own business."
Woo, hoo, hoo, hoo.
I said, "No, I'm not." And she goes, "How are we gonna do it?" We don't. The money that we have saved up is not a lot, and we need to give the mortgage payment because what we did, we gave in advance certain on the
Yes.
mortgage to
Yes.
secure the house. And I said, "Do you have credit cards?" And he said, "Yeah, we do." "Do we have them paid?" She goes, "Well, I don't, because my wife has always done the accounting for us.
Mhm.
Well, both of us, but she's the main one." And she told me, "Well, I have a credit card that we don't even know nothing. How much do we have? What's the credit limit?" She goes, 10,000. Okay, 10,000. Okay, we're gonna open our own insurance agency. At the weekends, I would go to the flea markets. I don't know if you know what a flea market is.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I would buy pallets of used clothes. Saturday and Sunday, I was selling used clothes on the flea markets. And then during the week, me and my wife, we opened the agency, her and me only. But it was I started making flyers. And in order for me to save money on driving all over, giving the flyers or paying someone to give the flyers, I would park the vehicle and I would walk south. I would walk north, west, and east. Take a bottle of water with a backpack full of flyers,
Wow.
passing them on, passing them on to every business, going to each car dealer and telling them, "You know what? I just opened my business.
Yes.
Uh, and I'm an insurance agent." A lot of people, there was one positive thing,
Mhm.
and I have to always thank my ex-employer, my ex-boss.
Mhm.
When I started working for him,
Mhm.
he started advertising a lot, Lotus, and he
Yes.
always told me, "Bernardo, I want you to be in the commercials, on
Mhm.
the TV commercials." God works in numerous ways.
That's right.
God works in numerous ways because thanks to that, when he put me, I became the face of his company. You know where I'm coming from, right?
Set up for a come up, baby. Set up for a come up because you was letting your light shine. And see
Yes,
what it was that God was preparing you for your purpose. That's
yes.
awesome.
Awesome. So when we started the agency, I told my wife, "We're gonna advertise on TV." She goes, "We don't have money for that." Back then, Univision, it's a Spanish
Yeah.
station,
Mhm.
was barely coming to McAllen, Texas, where I live. I went and I told them, "Hi, I know that you're all very starting, and I have a business that I want to advertise." They said, "But I don't have money." I don't have money.
No tengo dinero.
No tengo dinero, no tengo nada. But I want to see if you are work like on a 90-day plan.
Mhm.
And since the company was barely starting, they worked with me. They worked with me, and they told me, "Yeah, we can put it like on a 90-day billing." And I said, "Wonderful." And I said, "Okay." And then the lady told me, "Okay, you want us to do the commercial?" I said, "No, I want to record the commercial." Who's going to do the script? I'm going to do the script. The first thing that came to my mind is, "Hi, everybody. This is Bernardo Garcia, now with my own agency at B&B Insurance Agency, El Segurito. As many of you know me already from my previous job, now I have my own insurance agency, and you all are invited to come and join me and deal with me directly with me. Call me at 687-8686.
Ah, wow. That's awesome.
You know
If
what I did? All the clients
Awesome.
followed me.
Of course, because you showed integrity, because you showed your light, you let your light shine. And those of you that's looking, if you know about letting your light shine and you have not started a watch party yet or shared this with somebody, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Share this with somebody. And once you share this, and I'm seeing a lot more folks coming in. I can't see you on this screen, but I'm seeing you on my phone. So I want to quickly say, hey to Wilder Gomez, it is so good to see you. Deirdre Douglas, good to see you. Nikki Hammer and several other folks coming in. Markishka, I wanted to say hello to you earlier. Just everybody that's coming in. Francis Hyatt, good to see you. Francis, where are you coming in from? Francis, go ahead and put your information in the comment below. I'm going to say hi to Francis. Thank you for coming in so much. We appreciate you. Put in where you coming in from. And yes, I have also already started a watch party, because if you haven't started a watch party, you need to start a watch party, because Bernardo is letting us know of his struggles, his stripes, and his triumph. So with that being said, he worked for a guy. After his father died, he had to be the man of the house. At 11 years old, he ended up working for, let me just say this. When his father died, the owner of the property who his father worked for came and kicked him out. He had to tell his mother, Mommy, we don't have a place to live. And he had to work, and he made up in his mind that that would never happen to him again. He would never be poor again. And he worked this job. He was very secure for a very long time. He had health insurance, like a lot of us have health insurance or had health insurance with our jobs.
Correct.
And this gentleman saw him and said, you know, the guy told him, hey, look, I'm trying to hire somebody, blah, 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 blah. He said, okay, what type of person you need? He said, I need you. You know why? Because he was letting his light shine. And he got hired on with the company. The guy had some intermarital things going on. And unfortunately, Bernardo lost his paying job. Now, he was making 3 times as much as he was making on his old job. And over 20 years, you know, he was making more than 3 times he started out with. Probably 6 times more than he was making when he started with the company. And he lost his job. Like my friend, Mr. Unstoppable, Terrence Leffridge always says, his good government job. This wasn't a good government job, but it was a powerful, impactful job dealing with insurance. But he lost his job. He had to go home and tell his wife, hey, I lost my job. He was afraid of being fired when the guy was on his way to fire him, but he was more afraid of what his wife was going to say. And if you know what I'm talking about, put a number 3 in the comment below. Put a number 3 there. If you know what it's like going home telling your baby that you've been fired, or even looking in the mirror telling yourself you've been fired, put a number 3 in the comment below. So he had to offload. He started getting rid of stuff. He went to the car dealer, right? You went to the car dealer. You told him, look, what was the car dealer's name? Manny.
Manny.
Yeah, Manny.
Manny.
What'd you tell him?
Manny, I'm not going to be able to afford this beautiful Suburban. It was a brand new Suburban. It was awesome. I loved it. But it, unfortunately, if I would have kept the Suburban, and I would have kept both of us, because we had 2 vehicles. One, my wife had one and I had one. So we downgraded to 1 vehicle, and it was not the luxury or same style. It was a Cavalier, if I'm not mistaken. It was a Cavalier back then, Chevrolet Cavalier 4-door. And it got me around. It got me around. And at that time, believe me, I got to appreciate that Cavalier like you don't have an idea. Because I did what I had to do.
Yes.
And Not only did I downgrade it on my vehicles, we did a big change at home, as I mentioned, from our brick block cell phone those brick cell phones that barely had the Motorola. Was it Motorola?
Yes, Motorola.
Motorola, right? Yeah. Well, we had them, and I just stayed with the house phone telephone and the beepers because those were not too expensive. So we kept the beepers, and we did made a change, like in the cables, like things, luxuries that we had at home, and we started a different lifestyle. We did make a huge change, but drastically, and we adapted ourselves to it, and we made our children adapt to it because we knew what was coming. It was a
Yes.
moment for us. It was a big crisis. It was a moment of crisis that we were going through. But I told my wife and I told myself, and I always, like I told many, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get those vehicles again. Not the same, but better ones. And
Yes.
I did go back. And I went back after a few years. And when my wife and I made the changes, and that's one of the things that I have to be very appreciated because honestly, my wife is a CPA, and so she's real good for numbers. We both are in the same. We have the same career, both of us, but I think I give her more granted because I like to spend a little bit more than she's more careful with the money, and so and she's the CPA right now from the company for all the companies, and we both worked together on making the adjustments, the necessary adjustments at the time. And I went to the flea market. We call them pulgas here in Spanish, pulgas,
Pulgas.
pulgas. And we went. I would work at the pulgas at the flea market Saturday and Sundays. Monday to Friday, I was working in sales. I was walking to save money, to save gas, actually gas, and then when Univision comes along in the valley, I went and approached them. And when I approached them, I told them I want to advertise my business, but I want a 90-day plan because I don't have money. but I knew I was gonna pay. I knew I was going to pay. I didn't even know how, but I knew.
Yes.
And then when I told my wife, I said, we're going to be advertising on TV. She goes, with what money? I don't know, but we're going to advertise.
So you advertised, you didn't know where the money was coming, but this is what I'm hearing you say. And if you can resonate with this, folks, go ahead and hit me up, because I know many times people have walked to save gas. I know I've done it. If you ever had to do it, put a 5 in the comment below if you ever had to walk to save gas. But most importantly, if you had to lean on faith to pull you through when you didn't know how you were going to make it, when you didn't know how you was going to pay for that commercial.
and I skipped a very important part. My business, I started it with a credit card. I don't know if I mentioned that.
You told me in private. You told me. Yes.
I started with, it was an American, no, not American. It was a MasterCard. It was $10,000 credit limit that we had. With a MasterCard, I was able to buy the desk, a computer, a printer, and I rented out a small location.
There you go. And that's why I tell people all the time, don't debate, get your credit straight. That's why I teach people how to get their credit straight, how to get their credit score up, because it's very important. Because when you lose everything, oftentimes if you have credit, you can rebuild yourself again. And I'm telling you, those of you that are just coming on, come on in, tell a friend, and also tell your frenemy, because you got to be here to win. And bring a pad and a pen, because note takers are money makers, honey. And today, my guest, he is a financial, you hear me, in this time where we need to know what we need to know. He is a financial expert. He's a motivational speaker. He's an author, and he is the CEO of B&B Insurance. And let me tell you something. Today, He is telling you, if you think you can't, yes, you can, because he did it. He started his business with a credit card. He had a dream job, was making all kinds of money, never had to look back in his life. But when he lost his job, he told his wife, honey, I'm not looking for a job. I'm going to create a job. And he created a job. He not only created a job for himself, he created his own business so that he had something to give his children. He had something to give people who were out there and needed a job. He created B&B Insurance Agency. And this is his company, his insurance company that he started to help you cover your cars and cover yourself. So this is the company he started on a shoestring with a credit card. And if he could do it, if he could start B&B Insurance Agency, you can do it too. You can do it. It's in McAllen, Texas, 120 North 10th Street, McAllen, Texas. So if you need a job, if you need a mentor, if you need to find your way from your feet to up walking. You're on your feet, but you're not moving. You're on your feet, but you can't see your way. You can get back on the road to being successful.
That's right.
If he did it, you can do it too.
Anyone can.
You're so humble. You said anyone can. You're so humble. I just love that about you.
Anyone can. It's when you have faith, and that's one of the things that I like from you, Lotus, that you mentioned it, and that's what has been my motor, my gasoline, my energy, my faith. Because ever since I came, ever since my father passed away,
yes,
ever since every time that we were told to leave the house that we were staying, ever since when my mother fell down and stepped on a cucumber and the owner from the farm fired us that day, I had faith that one day life was going to be different for us. And then as I grew, I promised my mom that I was going to get her a home. And today she has a home that me and my wife gave her. That both of us.
That's awesome. And let me say this. Let me say this, folks. He leveraged what he had. He used what he had. He offloaded what he didn't need. And at the end of it all, he was still standing by faith. But this is what I heard you say. Me and my wife. It's the mastermind. Yes. We cannot do it alone.
No way.
It's mastermind. That's right. So
I would have never done it without her. I would have never done it ever since we made the decision when we started cutting down on expenses. It was both of us. She brought a notepad just like this one.
Yes.
And we both sat down and said, okay, let's start. What expenses do we have? What expenses we need to eliminate? We need to completely get rid of. What is it that we really need? What is it that we don't need? What are our assets and what are our liabilities? And put them on paper and take action. Take action.
He did an analysis of where they were. They came up with a plan to get to where they wanted to go. And when they came up with the plan to get to where they wanted to go, they were back on the road. They were back on the road. And you can be back on the road too. If he did it, you can do it too. He started his business with a credit card.
That's right.
But he started with a note. He said they came together in their meeting with a notepad. His wife had the notepad and the pen. Because I keep telling you folks, note takers are what, Bernardo?
Money makers.
That's right. So after you started your business, you got one business, and then what happened after you got your
Af-
other businesses and all that?
Okay, we started B&B Insurance Agency. Obviously, I continued working for a while at the flea markets and doing other stuff, just kind of to generate a little bit more money. And after that, we started a construction company. We started an insulation company, putting insulation on homes. The insulation company was called New Horizon Insulators.
Mhm.
The construction company was Back del Sol Construction. Uh, when when was it, in 2008, when we had that
Mhm.
huge recession, right?
Yes.
The construction,
2008, 2009.
yeah, 2008,
Yep.
2009. Though during that time,
Mhm.
we were the construction company and the installation company was making us a lot of money, a lot. Things were going fabulous. On the installation company, I had between 50 to 60 employees,
Wow.
and we things were going well. But because of that recession in 2008, 2009, we had to close it and we had to make a decision because things started getting very difficult. Before, because I'm always keeping track of what's going on in the economy.
Mhm.
And when things started feeling very shaky, I told my
Mhm.
wife, we need to pull out. We need to pull out.
Mhm.
And the reason that I pulled out was because we had a lot of investment on it, and I was able to sell it before it had no value.
Yes.
So I pulled out. I sold it and kept some money out of it.
Mhm.
And after that occurred, 2008, the recession goes by. We open the venues, like for
Mhm.
weddings and quinceañeras. We have
Mhm.
a venue which is Imperial Palace, which is 21,000 square feet. It's for a
Wow.
thousand. It's huge. And then things started. We started doing very well with that one. The demand came for a second one, and we started Nagab. It's a smaller one for 350 people. And after that, during that time as well, there's another business called Nando's Wild Park. Nando's Wild Park, it was a recreational park that we did for the families to go during the weekends. It was like a water park, bull riding. We had
Mhm.
live bull riding. We had water park entertainment for the children as well. And during that, when I started Nando's Wild Park, and since I had been producing my own TV commercials locally here, I got an invitation from Telemundo to start a TV show.
Telemundo.
Telemundo! So I got the invitation and I started my own show called Onda de Jaripeo con Bernardo Garcia. And it's on YouTube. So if you put Onda de Jaripeo, you all would see me there. And I started
Put
with,
it in the chat. Put it in the chat because you know I'm
okay,
going to get it.
okay. Onda, let me put it de Jaripeo. It's there. It's with Bernardo Garcia. Well, but you know my
I
name
got
already.
it. Yes.
Okay. And so it should be on YouTube. And after I started with Telemundo, offers started coming in, Estrella TV,
Yes.
Televisa, Azteca, and Mexicali, and all those.
Yes.
And things were
So you
going
were
great.
global. You were
Yes,
global.
yes. And then I did radio too. I started doing radio for quite a while, 6 in the morning, but I
Mhm.
didn't last too much because of I had too much on my hands. And then
Yes.
I had started a real estate company, buying
Mhm.
homes, buying properties, reselling them, flipping them.
Oh
I
wow.
started, and I have another investment company where we buy commercial buildings,
Mhm.
locations, apartments, and we rent them out as well. So I have that one as well.
Right.
We kept those. We kept those, and
Awesome.
we still have the real estate, the flipping and the buying and all that, and those are still alive. The only ones that I got rid because of the 2008 recession was the construction and the insulation. And Nando's Wild Park,
Yes.
the recreational,
Mhm.
I had to let it go. It was more because of a personal reason. Because in
Yes.
2013, when and this is I want to take a little bit more time if we have it on this
We've
because
got time. We've got
okay,
time.
2013 and 2013, 12, no, let me go back. 2012. I thought that I had met my goals. I felt very blessed, and I've been very blessed. I don't complain, and I would never complain towards God. But I thought God had given me more than what I deserved, and I felt so blessed because things were going very well. Uh, I always wanted to be an actor. It was funny because I told my mom when I was small, I would tell my mom, one day I'm going to be on TV. And I didn't even know how I was going to end up in TV because my dream was like to be an actor in a movie or some kind of a series or something like that. But I ended up being a host on TV. So in a way, I got compensated, and my dream came through. I wanted to be a business owner. I became an entrepreneur, different businesses. I had a family. I have a beautiful wife that supported me and has helped me. And she's always been there for me, not only as my wife, but my partner, the mother of my children. I had two girls and I had a boy. Uh, 12, 2012, I, when we were on the December, New Year's, New Year's when 2012 we were up to New Year's Eve to receive 2013. I felt that life. Okay, I said, well, we have everything. God has given us a lot. In January, February, it was around February. I started getting sick. I started getting some migraine. Well, I thought there were migraine headaches. I started feeling dizzy. My sight was getting very bad, and I kept going to the doctors here locally, and they told me that it was like how do you call it? Like
Tumor?
no, well, they didn't say it was tumor because the tumor was. I was told that it was a tumor when I went to Houston to the what's the hospital? It's the, uh, the cancer.
The
In Houston.
cancer hospital. I know
Yeah,
what you were talking about. It was
yeah,
it is a real famous hospital. It's a cancer institute in Houston, Texas. And I understand it was one of the best ones that they had where you ended up going, correct?
correct. Uh, and so to make this MD Anderson Hospital. I didn't want it to leave it out. So it was an MD Anderson Hospital, and so when my wife made the arrangements for me to go over there, they did the MRI again. They did all this lab work and everything, and Dr. McCushion brings us, me and my wife, and speaks to us and tells me, "Well, Bernardo, you have a tumor, and it's attached to your pituitary gland, and it's delicate, and it's a serious matter, and we need to take care of it because if you don't, the risk of you being alive is not going to be long, and the risk of the surgery, and if you choose to take the surgery,
Mhm.
there's still going to be a risk." And then the human resources came along, and
Mhm.
they spoke to us. They said, "Well, do you have a will?" I said, "Well, no, I don't have a will." And he goes, "Well, we need a will." So I come back to home, McAllen, where I live,
Mhm.
in Mission actually, and I spoke to my attorney. We did the will. Everything went through. And then I spoke to I had my family, my children. At the time, I made a decision to choose my son as being the boy,
Yes.
to 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 leave him as the one in front of everything. It
Mhm.
was going to be my wife and him. And I had a conversation with him, and when we had the conversation with him at the time, because I wanted for him to understand that the responsibility that I was, if something was to happen to me, that he needed to take over. I
Yes.
know he was only 16 years old, and I know I could have put too much load on him.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point after his death, I did feel that pain, and I felt
Wait. I heard you say that you put a lot on him because you had the tumor. You were told that you didn't get much time, maybe, to live if the surgery wasn't good. And I know this personally, that the doctors told you to get your will and get your affairs in order just in case.
correct.
And I know you got your family together, you got your will together, you put your son on your, as the one of the executors, and your wife.
Correct.
But I just heard you say that you put a lot on him when he was alive.
Yes, because when I spoke to him, he kept telling me that he didn't wanted that responsibility. That why him? And I said, "Oh, since you're the boy," and I thought that I was doing the precise this making a precise decision,
Hmm.
and it was more like a personal feeling that I had that I felt that I did wrong. I don't know. At the time, I did what I felt it was correct.
Yes.
Uh, and believe me, after his death, I questioned myself if I really had done the right decision or not.
So you've come through so much adversity. You lost your father.
I lost my father. I lost three brothers, which I did not even mention
You
prior.
lost a
Three
dream
brothers.
job.
I lost a dream job,
You had to start from scratch. And then you lost your only son.
my only son.
And I'm going to tell you guys, when Bernardo shared that story with me, we cried together. And many of you have children, nieces, and nephews that you love. And many of us have lost people from COVID as well. And I know you understand how hard it is to lose a child. I remember when my cousin died, my mother had told me that my aunt told her nothing prepares you for losing a child. And to lose, as a man, to lose your only son. Can you share a bit about that with us? Because people are still triumphing through pain, and you triumph through pain. So, how did you do it when you lost your only son?
When that happened, I spoke to God and I told him, God, what did I do wrong? What have I done wrong? And not only was my pain, but the pain seeing my wife going through what she was going through, seeing my two daughters suffering. My daughter had just had her baby. The baby was 30 days born when my son passes away. Seeing the deep depression that my wife was in, I was in one as well. Not being able to cope with the companies. I didn't even know what was going on out there. People wanting to know what had happened. because it was a suicidal case. And that's when you learn that a lot of people you sometimes come to you not to really feel the pain that you're going through, but just to know what happened. But at the same time, you understand that it's more with a second interest, because they enjoy more your pain than your success.
And that's why you've got to know who your real friends are in your life, in your business, in your family life. You've got to know who your real friends are. And you've got to make sure that you cling to the people that love you and don't alienate you, and make sure that you know who your core people are that love you, that's going to stand by you, that's not just going to come around just to look at your pain and say, yay, or just to look at your pain and just say, I'm sorry, but to be there for you and to stand in the gap for you and to lift you up when you're falling down and to give you that tissue you need if you ask for it for your self-care, to be that shoulder if you need to cry on. Sean Lovely Saxton was that for me most recently. I just recently met her and she told me, she said, Lotus, I know you just lost your cousin. You were close to him. If you need a shoulder to cry on, you could pick up the phone and call me anytime. I don't care what time of the day. And those are the type of people we need. And don't forget this, folks, that people who are your blood relatives may be your family by blood relation. But just because a person isn't related to you by blood relation doesn't mean they are not your family. Denise Hurst, Dr. Sandra Brooks, Donna Carla, Angela Elting, Kathy Ray, Tracy R. Kincaid, Wanda D. Hollis, Terrence Leffridge, Janelle Harris, Rosemary Sanchez, and it goes on and on and on. Bernardo has become my family.
You too. You're my family now.
Robert J. Moore. Remember, there's so many of you. Larry Pace, so many of you that I could call on. You're just not my friends, but you're my family. And if you resonate with what I'm saying, put a number 5 in the comment below, because we are having a very candid talk with folks here. Phyllis Weaver. We are having a very candid talk because times are so difficult. And a lot of us entrepreneurs, we go through so much and we give so much. And you know, to so much, to people who have been given so much is required.
Correct.
But you got to remember, you got to take time and slow down too, and not overwork yourself.
Correct.
Don't drive yourself into an early grave, and don't forget to love on the people that need you. Don't alienate people that need you and love you and depend on you. But know who your real friends are. And don't be afraid to tell them that you love them. Don't be afraid to tell them that they look good. Like Rosemary Sanchez, we get on a call. She'd be like, girl, you look so good. I said, girl, you look so good. Cheryl Ivanitsky, Dr. Cheryl Ivanitsky, we do the same thing. We give compliments. So don't be afraid to tell somebody that you love them.
That's right.
Miss Ida, the owner of Gimsky, We were on the phone today, I'm telling you, and I shared my love and my light with her. I shared my love and my light with Markishka, who is also the co-owner of Gimski TV. Because you never know when it's going to be your last time to share with your friends and your family that you love them. So if you have not shared this broadcast tonight, what are you waiting for? And if you're coming in, just joining the broadcast, come on in because you're here to win. Share this broadcast with your family, share it with your friends, and share it with your frenemies because this broadcast is going to help somebody that might just be thinking about ending their life. This broadcast is going to help somebody that might think that they can't make it. Share this with somebody you love because it's critically important. And like Phyllis Weaver said, people need to hear this. And people need to hear that Jeff Martinet Jr., powerful speaker, powerful motivator. Good to see you. Jeff Martinet Jr. was in a wreck early as a teenager. Doctors told him he would never walk again. He's here with us tonight. Elder Chisholm, thank you for being here tonight. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back. We're going to look at some of your messages. And I got a surprise for you, Bernardo. I got a surprise for you. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back. Welcome to the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. And of course, we're past the 8 o'clock hour. You know, the show typically goes 45 minutes to an hour, but we have a fantastic guest here tonight. And if you don't know who he is, you are getting to know him tonight. If you're just coming in, I have the remarkable Mr. Bernardo Garcia is here with me. Wilbur's on my mind. Hey, Wilbur, thank you for joining the broadcast. He's a financial expert. He's a motivational speaker. He's an author, CEO of B&B Insurance Agency, and he's here tonight sharing his love and sharing his story with us. If you just coming in, come on in, get in where you fit in because I always got room around my table. And if you haven't shared, liked, and started a watch party, I challenge you to start a watch party and help somebody. And so, Bernardo, I want to thank you for being on my show tonight. And I know we're not finished and we're bringing you back. And if you want to see him and see more of his story, put a 6 in the comment below because the next time we come back, we're going to teach you how to get into the insurance business. We're going to teach you how to make money. And if you want to join us for our private webinars that we're going to do, you got to inbox me and check me out. Contact me at Lotus Richey Ignites at gmail.com, Lotus Ignites at gmail.com, also for the one-on-one coaching and upbranding. Make sure you reach out to me because if you don't know how to make money, honey, we're going to teach you how to make money because I told you Bernardo is not just an entrepreneur. He's a motivational speaker. He's also a coach. He's an author. And guess what? I'm going to share a little bit of history with you guys right here and right now because I've got a surprise for Bernardo that he don't even know. His new book has just made the #1 international best-selling author. Las Benditos en Obras de Cultura en Inglés. He has just made the #1 international best-selling author on Amazon. And let me tell you, Bernardo.
No, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm literally shaking. Oh, my God. I can't believe this.
I want to say a special thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to my homegirl, my sister, my co-author,
Rose.
Rosemary Sanchez, because soon as this information came, she hit me up with the information. If you don't know, my esteemed guest, Bernardo Garcia, he's an international best-selling author, and you made history with him tonight by being on the show when we got the news that he is a #1 international best-selling author. Yes, he is a #1 international best-selling author for his new book. Let me tell you guys something. He has been with some of the top speakers on the planet. He's got all kind of stuff going on. But for his new book, he is a #1 international best-selling author by Amazon. The word is in and the word is out. And I'm not telling you something I'm thinking. I'm telling you what I just got hot off the press. So if you are here, you just made history with us tonight as we got the information about his new book. So get his new book. Go on Amazon and get his new book. And don't forget, if you need somebody to come and be a speaker, don't forget that he is a speaker and you want to reach out to him. Make sure you get his new book. If you're just coming on the show, we just made history with Mr. Bernardo Garcia because he just made #1 international #1 best-selling author. So Bernardo, tell.
I'm super, super excited. I don't even have words. I don't even know what to say, Lourdes. Oh my God. This is a big surprise for me. It's a big, big surprise. I can't even believe it. I'm literally shaking, but it's grateful. Oh my God. God is fabulous. God is fabulous. Oh my God. I want to cry.
Cry if you want to cry.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. And I don't, sorry.
It's okay. Don't be sorry. It's so great to have you here and to be a part of it because I didn't even know that was going to happen on the broadcast. But you see, when you collaborate with people and when people love you and they respect you, they want to help you. And I'm so thankful to my friends that monitored this while we were on the broadcast. We are happy and delighted to be a part of your amazing history, being the #1 international bestseller.
Thanks. And I'm very honored for the invitation, Lotus. And I know there's wonderful things coming, and we're going to be doing wonderful things together. I know that.
Yes.
And we're going to be touching hearts. We're going to be touching people, making their dreams come true, finding their purpose, their real purpose in life, because we need to find a real purpose in life because every single human being, we have a purpose in life.
That's
and
true.
we need to find out the purpose when you have faith inside of you, when you believe, and when you have God with you every moment of your lives. And no matter what, and no matter what you go through, like when we were going through all this COVID-19, I was in Orlando. My wife calls me and tells me, "You need to come back," because I was taking a training with Dr. Richard Butler. And I said, "No, I'm not going to go back." She goes, "What? You're going to stay there?" Yes, I'm going to finish the training. God is with me and I'm going to be fine. Because I want to learn from this man. Because on every presentation and everything that I do, I know that I'm going to be able to share something that it will make a change in someone's lives. And I stayed there and I came back and I'm here and I didn't get sick. Thank God.
Yes. And I want to take some comments right quick. I have one more surprise for you.
Oh my God. You're going to
Elder
kill me.
Chisholm,
You're
Elder
going to
Chisholm
kill
said, yes, take time and slow down. Self-care is important. Angela said, Bernardo, you are loved.
Thank you, Angela.
Rosemary said, love you guys. Share more than 20 times. Phyllis said,
Thank you,
people
Rosemary.
need to hear that. Yes, people need to hear
Thank you,
what we're
Phyllis.
saying. Jeff Markinet Jr., make every second count. That is his tagline. Make every
There
second
you go.
count.
That's
And
right.
Elder Chisholm said, she said, yes, tell your loved ones you love them often. And Jeff
Always.
said, amen. And Phyllis said, we are tugging at her heart. We have so many sixes there. And Dr. PPP, Praven Patel, is here. Thank you. He said, Lotus Riche, you are the celebrity. Thank you so much. We got a big hell yeah.
Yeah.
We got a so happy for you. We got a congratulations. She said, God is good. Elder Chisholm said, congratulations. And congratulations to all of you, too, because we're just making history here. Glad to be a part of the special moment. Elder said, yes, #1 best-selling author. Rosemary said, history is done. And Elder Chisholm said, yes, history in the making. You have to be over the moon international. Oh, my God. And this is where you can get his book. Please go ahead and get his book. Phyllis said, powerful message tonight. More congratulations. Now, let me tell you this, folks. His book wasn't really supposed to be released till Sunday. He made international best-selling author today, 2 days ahead of time.
Oh my God.
2 days, 2 days ahead of time. Before the date programmed. Before the date programmed. Because he has a team of people that's helping him, a team of people that loves him because of God. And yes, one, because of Rosemary and the push that Rosemary and Analia Exeni have been doing. Elder Chisholm said, wonderful, God is so faithful. You put in the work and now you will reap the harvest. So as we get ready to close the broadcast, get his book, please. Thank you so much for everybody that's been on the broadcast. And if I have not called your name, so many people are flooding in. Please remember to share, like, and start a watch party. And Bernardo, I have a gift for you. First, I want to congratulate you for being a #1 international best-selling author. I want to thank you for being on my show. I want to thank you for coming back because we're going to teach you how to be more financially secure. We're going to teach you how to make money in the now, not waiting for years and years to come. We're going to show you ways to make money now. And we're going to bring you into private webinars and teach you and help you and teach you how to write a book with our group, our team.
Analia.
So Analia Exeni and Rosemary Sanchez. But guess what? I still have a gift for you. Here is my gift to you.
Wow. I'm just so happy.
I love you.
I'm happy.
Oh my God. I'm very thankful to you, Rosemary Sanchez and Analia. You are my angels, my blessings, and my hugs, my love to you all the way to Toronto, Canada, and to Analia to Argentina.
100%.
You
100%.
know, I love you all. You don't know how much, how grateful I feel. And I will always have you in my hearts and be praying for you and your family for all the blessings to come. Lotus, uh, all of you are my new angels, my new family. That's as much as I can say.
Do you see behind what it says?
Hello, love. Hello, love. Smile.
It's mine, because it's your time now.
That's right. Woo! Virtual hand clap, everybody. Woo!
Yay!
You know what? I told you one word here. And the word is, if people understand that only united we can conquer the world,
Yes.
you made history today. This is why this is happening. We're all united for one sense. It's for all of us to win, to share, and love. And I'm so blessed, so thankful, so honored that I have Bernardo hitting this title, which is endeavor for you, which is really what you own. And for Lotus, be the person who present this to the world today. I'm just so blessed, so thankful. And first, God, because He is our mentor. He is the life of our life. He is the one who made this possible. And now us together,
Amen.
we can share this to the world. So thank you for that. Take that work with you. Unite yourself with people of greatness. If you understand that, everything around your life will get higher up and challenge everywhere. And not only that, you as a star will bright and shine always because you understood what the passion of God is in this life, loving humankind together.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with
Thank you,
that
Rose.
said, folks, we are past the top of the hour, but we want to thank you for being a part of this broadcast. Thank all of you for chiming in. Thank all of you that have started a watch party. Thank you for liking and sharing. Special thanks. Hey, Bruce Servin. Bruce Servin. Bruce Servin is here. What's going on, Bruce Servin? Hey, brother, how you doing? I want to thank all of you. All of you. All of you means so much to me. Just your support, your love, even new friends that I've met, Robert J. Moore, just everybody that is there, Nikki Hammer, Jeff Martinet Jr., Phyllis Weaver, just Sean Johnson. Hey, Sean Johnson, good to see you. Rita Mendoza, good to see you. So many people coming in. Live with Larry, thank you for coming. Analia Exani is watching.
We have to honor her and thank her.
God.
She is the one who created this pattern too. So
Thank
that
you.
comes to Analia also. And that's why
Thank you, Analia.
Ida Yes, Ida Rimpevsi. Sometimes I mess up her name, but guys, I'm telling you, she is viewing us from the Netherlands, and I'm telling you, she is the owner. She is the owner of Gemsky TV, which is better than Zoom. You've got to get it. She's about to launch, and I'm going to do an exclusive right here on Lotus Richey Ignites and tell you about it. And don't forget, again, she did not do it alone. You know how she did it? I'm going to tell you. She did it with people that love her and that's helping her to do this new thing, not only in her life, but in our lives. Okay. She did it with her business partners that came together to help to love the world, that are doing unprecedented things. So look, I'm going to show this right quick because I want you guys to see it. And I've been crying and stuff all over the place, but it's all right. I'm going to share this before we get off this broadcast. I got to share this with you guys because this is really important. I would be remiss if I got off this broadcast and did not share this with you. So I'm going to go and I'm going to share this with you. You need to make sure you go here to Gimski. Make sure you go here. Make sure you go here, because you can do so many different things from this platform. You can do live streaming. You can do so many things with Gimski. And you, again, are making history right here on Lotus Crochet Ignite. Why? Because you're in the right place at the right time for the right life that God is calling you into. And for those of you that may not identify with the thought of God, your higher power is calling you to be the best, the very best that you can be. Don't settle for nothing less. Don't settle for the crumbs that people have thrown you. Pick up them crumbs and move forward. Pick up them crumbs and let them crumbs help build you to where you're trying to go. And don't forget, we all need people. And I'm going to share this last thing with you before I leave you off this broadcast. I'm going to share this page with you because it's highly important that you know that we have to have friends. And Gimski is built on friends, business partners that help it come to fruition. And just like Rosemary is here for us, we are here for you. So don't forget, when I come out to you with news you can use and things like that, I'm not doing it for my glory. I'm not doing it just for the glory of the people that I'm connected to. I'm doing it for the glory of the one that has sent me. I'm doing it for the glory of the one that has sent me, God, my higher power, my higher source, my higher being. And I'm doing it for you because guess what? The higher source, the higher power, God is in each and every one of us. In each and every one of us. And we have moved with faith. And I challenge you to move with faith, know your purpose. Know your purpose, move with faith, and believe in yourself. And as we close this broadcast, we don't close our lines of love for you. And if you need to reach out to me, reach out to me. Reach out to the people I'm connected with. Reach out to me if you need one-on-one coaching, if you need up-branding, if you're trying to write your new book, if you need insurance, if you need insurance, right? If you need health and wellness, if you need health and wellness, I'm telling you today, go to my channel if you need health and wellness. This is a movement, people. This isn't something that is just a fly by night and it's going to stop, baby. This is a movement. When I say come on in, I mean come on in and bring a friend. Go to my Lotus Ignites Wellness for You shop. Go there. And if you want to make money, come on, inbox me tonight at 9 o'clock. We're going to show you how to make money and how to be healthy. I
tell you something, Lotus. I have to stop there because I've used that product. I'm a person that I work 14 hours a day. I mean, I'm non-stop, and you know it. I think people who knows me, they will know what I'm talking about. And because of that vitamin, let me tell you, my days are longer. So you shall get it. I endorse it 100%.
Oh my God. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much for the endorsement. But see, There we go again. When you use what God is giving you to help somebody else, God's going to help you. You know why? Because it's a setup for a come up. And if you set up for a come up, when you get to the come up, you're going to be prepared because God is already preparing you. And God doesn't call just the qualified. God qualifies the call. Anna Laura Reyna, good to see you. Thank you for coming on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And she said, congratulations to you, to her friend and to her mentor. She said, thank you.
Thank you, Ana Laura. I love you. She's a great
Thank
friend
you.
and she's a wonderful woman, entrepreneur.
So
She's
those,
amazing.
yes, those of you that's just getting on, you missed a great broadcast with a great motivational speaker, financial expert. He's a serial entrepreneur and
And
he can help you.
let me add something out. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist, hypnotherapist.
Clinical hypnotherapist. So if you
Hypnotherapist.
need to be hypnotized,
I can do
you're
it.
behind me. I'm first.
You name it, he does it. There you go.
Rosemary has seen some of the things that I've done. Remember the video that I showed you?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing results. You know
I
what?
do.
I tell you why amazing results.
Yes.
Because what you do from love. You do from
Yes.
your heart. You're taking in consideration people's life, and you treat them as your own life. And
Yes.
that
Yes.
what makes you a special, different, and always a successful person for others.
Yes. So thank you
Yes.
so much, everybody. Thank you for letting me share my love and my light. And please don't forget, go out, get his new book. Please get his new book. It's going to help you help yourself ignite and take flight. And don't forget, I've got a new book coming up with
Yeah.
Rosemary Sanchez and 11 other wonderful authors. And in fact, Lynn Harry Diverges is going to be on the call tonight for my Naturally Plus call to help you make some money and help you be healthy all at the same time. So come there, it's going to be powerful. And don't forget to get our book next month. We're going to explode. We're going to explode. And we've exploded here tonight. So thank you so much for being a part of what we are doing here to help you.
One second.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. You got it.
To say something else. You're in volume 2, but
Yes.
Bernardo Garcia is in volume 3.
Yes.
Quebrando Barreras, Alpha y Omega. He's in the 3rd volume. So we're exploding. Guys,
Yes.
you want to be the head one? You want to be conquering the world we're making much better and lighter and brighter? And I say lighter because you know what? We're declining the darkness. That's why it's lighter.
Right.
So
That's
come along.
right.
We're here for you.
Amen.
Amen. So until we meet again, don't forget to wake up winning. Step into your territory because you're unstoppable.
That's right.
And never forget to ignite and take flight. We love you. We appreciate you. And have a
Welcome to the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight.